Welcome back to the Crypto World channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and in this video, Bitcoin is right now experiencing a breakout to the upside, and this is setting us up for a massive move to the upside. And if you want to know my exact price target for Bitcoin in the short term, definitely keep watching this video because I'll be sure to let you guys know my exact Bitcoin price targets, and I'll show you a few hidden patterns that are forming on the Bitcoin chart later in this video, alongside my Ethereum price analysis and my Ethereum price targets. So yeah, definitely make sure you're watching this whole video for all of that valuable information. And if all of that sounds good to you, then please make sure to just leave a like on the video down below. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on for more updates like this. Once again, I try and pack these videos with as much valuable information as possible to try and help you make money in crypto. So if you could just take a couple seconds to go down and click like and subscribe, it seriously means a lot and it helps out the channel so much. But yeah, with that out of the way, let's get straight into what this video is about. So right here, we're on the Bitcoin US dollar chart on the 2-hour chart. And as you can see here, Bitcoin's kind of been forming this falling wedge formation over the past couple weeks on the chart. Previously, I did have this line of resistance drawn kind of like this, so that it was fitting in the all-time high just there. It was fitting in that touch point. But as you can see, drawing it like that kind of meant that this high just here didn't actually touch this line of resistance. And basically, whenever you're drawing your lines of resistance and support, you're basically looking for the most touch points for the price along that specific line that you're drawing. And so when you draw this line of resistance more like this, as you can see here, we get 4 perfect touch points. One here, one just here, one here, and the final one just here before we saw the breakout to the upside. And as you can see, this line of support, we got a touch point here, and a touch point here. So 3 touch points confirming that line of support. And yeah, once again, when you draw that line of resistance and line of support like that, we do end up with kind of a falling wedge formation, which once again is a bullish pattern. And so it's not impossible for these type of patterns to break to the downside, but they are much more likely to break to the upside. And that's exactly what we've seen so far. In fact, in my last Bitcoin technical analysis video, so it wasn't the one that I uploaded yesterday, which by the way, the one that I uploaded yesterday was my Bitcoin exit strategy. So in that last video that I just uploaded yesterday, I literally revealed to you my exact exit strategy for getting out of Bitcoin and altcoins later in this Bitcoin bull cycle. So if you're interested in crypto whatsoever, that is definitely a video that you should not miss. So yeah, check it out in the pinned comment down below and in the description. But yeah, anyway, the one before that video, in my last actual Bitcoin technical analysis video, I recorded that video right down here, and I was saying that this bottom at around 50,000 US dollars was the bottom for this correction. I said that it's not impossible for Bitcoin to dip a little bit lower, but it's extremely likely that that is the bottom. And since then, we have bounced around 12 to 13% to the upside. So yeah, it's definitely looking more and more likely that this was the bottom for this correction so far. Once again, I've been calling for that 50K bottom for close to a month now on the channel, because I said it's likely for Bitcoin to come back down to retest this 50-day EMA, which is this yellow line just here. Because basically throughout this entire Bitcoin bull market so far, Bitcoin has remained above this 50-day EMA even throughout the corrections that we've seen. So yeah, basically I'll just continue to expect Bitcoin to remain above this 50-day EMA throughout this bull market. And so far that has held up, that has played out exactly as I expected. And yeah, we came up to this exact resistance level that I talked about 2 days ago, which is coming in at around 55,500 US dollars. We got a small rejection off that resistance level, came back down to this exact level of support that I already placed on the chart at around 53 to 54K. Got a perfect bounce along that level, came back up for a second retest, exactly as I was talking about. And yeah, we broke to the upside on that second retest. And honestly, that has played out perfectly. Like seriously, check out my last couple of videos. And yeah, seriously, all of this price action has been playing out perfectly. So yeah, definitely make sure you're subscribed, obviously, so you're not missing out on any of these important updates. But yeah, as of right now, obviously we are seeing a small consolidation to the side after we did see this initial break to the upside. And now on this initial break to the upside, we did see a tiny spike in volume, but realistically that isn't enough of a spike in volume to 100% confirm that this breakout is real. So really, I'll be looking in more of a surge of volume, but if we do not see that, then I'll be kind of looking for actually a retest of this previous resistance level now flipped as support. So that doesn't necessarily have to happen, but if that does happen, that would confirm the breakout is real if we hold these levels as support. So in the short term, if we do actually come back down to the downside, roughly to around 44,000, 44,500, somewhere in around that price range, and if we get a bounce at around that price range and come back to the upside, then honestly, that would actually be pretty bullish for Bitcoin, because yeah, that would basically be confirming this breakout to the upside. But obviously, if we continue on this uptrend to the upside, eventually that would basically just confirm that this breakout is real, because fake outs usually only go so far and then they come pretty much straight back down and break below the resistance level. So yeah, it's extremely important now that we do pay attention to this level, once again coming in at around 54,500 US dollars. But realistically, if you draw out the Fibonacci retracement tool from the all-time high down to this low at around 50,000, the next big resistance to the upside isn't really meant to come in up towards around 57,000 US dollars, which is the 61.8% Fibonacci level, the golden pocket. And yeah, that's kind of coming in at around 57.3k approximately is where it kind of starts, all the way up towards around 58,000, which was also the previous all-time high before we actually broke it back in the middle of March just here. So yeah, in around 57 to 58k, there will be a small bit of resistance in around that price range. Anything above that, around 60,000, will obviously be quite some resistance for Bitcoin, because of, first of all, the psychological resistance level by itself, because of just the $60,000 level is just a big round number. Everyone's going to be eyeing on that level. And second of all, that is a Fibonacci level. That is the 78.6% Fibonacci level, once again coming in at around 60,000 US dollars. So expect some resistance at around that level. But yeah, anyway, once we break above those resistance levels, really the final level of resistance for Bitcoin is the all-time high itself, which is coming in at roughly around 62,000 US dollars. And honestly, I would expect Bitcoin to get back up towards its all-time high within the next 2 to 3 weeks max. We could totally get there within the next 1 week, but realistically, it will probably take closer to around 2 weeks, because so far since this bottom, it's been around 3 days, and these sort of recoveries back up towards the all-time high tend to take around 1 to 2 weeks on average. But yeah, honestly, I'm gonna say this now, I'll be targeting the all-time high and well above the all-time high in the month of April. Just next month, I would expect Bitcoin to once again get back up towards its all-time high and even break its all-time high just next month in April. And if you watched my last video on the channel, you would already know this, but right now is a pretty prime time to be accumulating Bitcoin, especially if you're holding for the longer term, for even just the next few months. Just on the 1 hour chart, we saw an extremely tiny bearish divergence on the chart, as you can see there. But honestly, I would already say that that's pretty much played out, because once again, bearish divergences basically mean that in the immediate short term, we're going to stop heading to the upside and we're basically in for some more sideways price action, if not slightly to the downside. So once again, we've already seen some sideways action since that tiny bearish divergence on the 1 hour chart, and just be prepared for perhaps a little bit of downside price action. Honestly, something like what we saw just here, just a small dip on the 1 hour chart. And if anything, that's what we would be looking for once again for that retest of this previous resistance level, now flipped as support. So yeah, those are my Bitcoin price targets for this video. And now on to Ethereum. So ever since Ethereum reached this bottom just here on the chart at around 1550, which by the way, I was calling for that bottom ever since way back here, ever since around 1 to 2 weeks ago, I was calling for around 1550 as the bottom. And since then, since I recorded my video about 2 days ago doing my Ethereum analysis, I was saying that the next resistance level for Ethereum was coming in at around 1730. And so far we've come back up to exactly that level and gotten a small rejection off that exact level as I expected. So once again, this is still some resistance for Ethereum in the immediate short term. We still have to get above this level. And if we don't, then definitely expect a small bit of downside price action. Once again, I wouldn't be expecting a big crash or anything for Ethereum. But yeah, if this turns out to be a failed attempt and we do get a bit more of a rejection, then I'll simply just look for a bit of downside price action, just some kind of shallow downside price action, and then leading into sideways and gathering up some momentum to enter a second retest of this level. And especially if Bitcoin trends a little bit higher, I'll definitely expect Ethereum to break this level sometime soon, within the next few days or so. Once again, that's if Bitcoin does continue on its recovery as well. That would really help Ethereum get above this resistance level. So far, Ethereum, even on the 4 hour chart, this is on the 4 hour chart by the way, we do have quite a bit of room to the upside on the RSI, which is really good news. And yeah, this could honestly be seen as an inverse head and shoulders pattern for Ethereum. Once again, it's not a perfect inverse head and shoulders, but as you can see, we got a bit of a left shoulder just here. We got a head, and right now we have seen a small right shoulder. Once again, it's not really the perfect inverse head and shoulders, but you can interpret this pattern as an inverse head and shoulders pattern. And basically, if enough people out there, if enough traders and investors out there interpret this as an inverse head and shoulders pattern, it will play out as an inverse head and shoulders pattern. And the price target for this pattern, if we break that 1730 US dollar level, is coming in at exactly 1,900 US dollars, which is just above this level just here, coming in at around 1880, which is, by the way, a big Fibonacci level for Ethereum to the upside. So in around 1880 to 1900, that will be our next massive resistance level for Ethereum once we actually break above this 1730 US dollar level first. So yeah, those are my immediate price targets for Ethereum to pay attention to. Now, in between those levels, we do obviously have the 61.8% Fibonacci level coming in at approximately 1800 US dollars. So definitely keep an eye on the 1800 US dollar level as well for a small amount of resistance. But yeah, other than that, once we break above that 1900 US dollar level, I would obviously just be targeting the all-time high itself, coming in at around 2040 US dollars as really our final point of resistance before obviously we break into a new all-time high. And I would expect Ethereum to get back up towards around the $2,000 range within the next 3 to 4 weeks max. Honestly, before the end of April, once again, if Bitcoin does continue on its recovery and head back up towards its all-time high, then yeah, once again, I would definitely expect Ethereum to get back towards the $2,000 range, towards Ethereum's all-time high before the end of next month, before the end of April. So accumulating Ethereum down at these lower levels is definitely a good idea if you're holding for the longer term, at least for the next few months, because longer term, we are still in a bull market. This is just a short-term pullback. And considering the fact that the price is currently around 16% below the all-time high, gives you a nice opportunity to accumulate Ethereum at these discounted prices. The longer Ethereum stays in these sort of corrections like this, the bigger the next move to the upside will be. Like for example, if I just zoom out on the chart, as you can see back here, Ethereum went sideways ever since about August 2020, all the way up until towards November, December 2020. So seriously, for about 4 entire months, Ethereum basically went sideways on the chart. It was incredibly boring to hold Ethereum throughout that time frame. But if you were simply patient and you actually spent that time accumulating Ethereum, what happened next? Ever since Ethereum kind of broke this high just here with this small little pump to the upside, Ethereum over the next 2 to 3 months pumped well over 300% to the upside. So once again, patience is key in crypto. Anytime we head sideways, especially for one of the big cryptos like Bitcoin or Ethereum, this is just a strong accumulation zone, and this is basically just coiling up the price ready for a massive surge to the upside. And right now we are seeing a similar thing. So seriously, for you Ethereum holders out there, just be patient. I myself, I'm actually accumulating Ethereum at these lower prices right now because once again, on the bigger time frames, we are still in a bull market and we are still making higher lows on the bigger time frame. So this is still looking bullish for Ethereum. And yeah, honestly, within the next month or so, I would honestly be expecting a massive move for Ethereum sometime soon. And I know that Ethereum has now got a few competitors such as Cardano and Binance Smart Chain. But in that being said, the majority of altcoins and decentralized applications, all of that sort of stuff is actually still built on Ethereum, believe it or not. So Ethereum still has extremely strong fundamental value, and that is why I'm accumulating Ethereum at these lower prices once again. Obviously, make sure you do your own research. Don't just buy into something because I'm buying into it. But yeah, I'm just letting you know exactly what I'm doing. I'm revealing my strategy to all of you because yeah, once again, it's working really well for me. So why not share it with all of you to try and help you make money as well? But yeah, this is about all I have to say for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please make sure to just leave a like on the video down below. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. I got so many comments on my last video telling me to make a video sometime soon talking about some of the smaller altcoins that I currently hold in my portfolio. And I also got a bunch of comments asking to make that tutorial that I talked about on how to set up a high interest crypto savings account, which generates you interest on some of the stable coins and even Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, some other cryptos like that you might be holding already. You can start actually getting interest on top of those holdings when you set up one of those crypto interest accounts. So yeah, once again, I got a lot of demand on my last video asking for those 2 videos, so definitely expect those 2 videos coming on the channel sometime soon, sometime within the next 1 to 2 weeks. I will be making an altcoin video showing some of the smaller altcoins that I currently hold, and I will be making that interest account tutorial video on the channel showing you how to set up one of those accounts. So definitely, once again, make sure you're subscribed with notifications on so you're not missing any of those important videos. And yeah, if you have any more suggestions, feedback, or questions for me, please let me know in the comment section down below. I'll try and read and reply to all of my comments on these videos. So yeah, if you have anything to say whatsoever, just let me know down in the comment section and I'll try and get back to you as soon as possible. Just be careful because in the comment section, there can be some scammers down there. So if you see any comment or reply down there with like a phone number, email, telegram, anything like that, please stay away from those comments because they are not me, they are scammers. Sometimes they even try and impersonate my channel, but yeah, if you see something that looks like it's from my channel, but it has a phone number or something like that in it, that is definitely not me, that is a scammer. So yeah, just stay away from those comments. I try and delete them as soon as I see them, but I'm not always online and they're pretty much always coming in. So yeah, just be aware of those comments. But yeah, once again, this is about all I have to say for this video. I really hope you all enjoyed once again, and I'll see you all in the next video.